Hi, Blastpop here. Today I'm taking a look at the expansion for MBT FRG for the West German Army, an expansion. This was released in 2018 and was released at the same time as the British Army of the Rhine expansion, which added the British Army. It comes boxed in a 2-inch box, fairly strong, and includes 4 double-sided maps, 3 counter sheets, 11 data cards which are double-sided, a playbook, and a D10. And it gives you a sample of what you can expect to see in the box. They add leaders, and then the appropriate counters and additional maps to expand your equipment, and they also add scenarios as well. Now, it presumes that you have the original MBT game, because without it, it's mostly useless. And then it goes into the new terrain features that you will encounter, such as airfields, tracks, additional counter types, rules for leaders, leader employment, and their effects, force leaders, rules for employing them with the Soviets, as well as US. Those rules for the British are included separately in the British Army of the Rhine expansion, BAOR. As typical with the series, it gives you the equipment breakdowns of what the force compositions are for various units, so you can build your own scenarios, a summary of the units included in the set, their cost based on their elite, veteran, seasoned, regular, green, or raw status, and you have some more here for the Soviets. Then they add scenarios. Again, they depict what's in the forces. So they start off again with a fairly simple scenario, and then it gets a little more complex. They add some infantry forces, and then a lot more forces in scenario 13, the Czech southwestern border, and more maps. Get into the meat of the game and the system. Nicely illustrated, easy on the eyes. Brothers in Arms, where you add an American force with a German force fighting the Soviets. Shows you a picture of all the maps at the back, so you don't have to go futzing looking at the maps and finding which ones you want. You can look right at that and go right to it. So there's a lot of gameplay in this box, and this manual comes in at 44 pages. You get your various forces for the Germans, helicopters, it looks like a flak panzer, trucks, M113s, Alpha Jet, Crew Serve Weapons, Jaguar 2, Leopard 2, A4, Bridge Layer, a Fuchs, and then as promised it is double-sided. Another helicopter, a Gepard, which is the anti-aircraft unit, Panzer Morser on an M113 chassis, a Martyr, a Tornado, squads and half squads and sections, Jaguar, Leopard 2A3, artillery batteries, and the Lux, all on counter stock brown core. Missed this one, Leopard 1 A5 and an A4. Comes with the D10. We have 3 counter sheets. As predicted, the emphasis here is on the German forces, and the counters tend to correspond to the unit cards. So you have Leopards, Martyrs, you have your bridge layers down here. They're the big 1-inch size counters. Again, solid core, brown core. And what they do on the opposite side is they typically have a different unit type on the back to increase the utility of the counter sheets. Your leaders, here you have your Germans, you have your Soviets over here, and Americans. Reasons they're included. The Americans is because they weren't available previously. You have your German infantry, you have turrets, victory point markers, air power, and more in the back. And they do add some additional American forces and Soviet forces. You'll need the base games data cards to utilize those. And we have our 4 double-sided maps. As I previously mentioned in other videos, because of the odd shape, the rectangular size of these maps, the terrain feels a little forced. It's perfectly workable, just doesn't seem natural how things are forced to fit into a smaller area. Anyway, this is map 11. 13, mostly forested with a hill. Map 15. Pause if you want to look at these maps a little longer. Map 17. With a nice stream running through the center. Backside. Map 12. Very dense terrain, city, pond, lake, bridge, all kinds of impediments here for your wargaming pleasure. An airfield, opposing hills for map 16. And finally, something a little more wide open, map 18. Very nicely and tastefully done. So you get a reasonable amount of cardboard for your purchasing dollar. This has been Blastpop. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.